This segment is the favorite segment. This is a segment that we get to actually talk about. And this one, Dr. Specimen, I don't know if you're going to be ready for. But this one, 90s retail edition of Choose Your Fate. I know. I tried to step out of there. I'm trying to, I want to do this. I want to spice it up. 90s retail edition. So for everybody out there who was around in the 90s, or at least, some of these retail establishments have survived. Some of them have not. They probably made it into the 2000s, but some of them haven't made it to now. But some of these establishments were really big in the 90s. I mean, huge to the point of everybody knows it. All right? So we're going to do our favorite segment of Choose Your Fate. Now, Dr. Specimen, I still call it Choose Your Fate. It was supposed to be Choose Your Destiny, and I screwed it up. And now I call it this or that. I don't know what the hell to call it. So if anybody got any names, please just give me some names or, suggestions for the name. I got to change it up. But Choose Your Fate right now is what it is. So let's go ahead and get to our Choose Your Fate. Now, right now, I probably have our game on, which we were testing. I'm going to turn that off a second. My bad. I shouldn't have did that to y'all. That's my bad. Here we go. And let's get to it. So our first one, Dr. Specimen, first one is KB Toys and Toys R Us. Now, we always do a little countdown, and we usually pick. And after we pick, I'll go ahead and say which one I choose, and then you can go ahead and let me know which one you choose. All right? Or, excuse me, I'll give my explanation of why. You'll give your explanation of why. So, let's go ahead. On the count, 3, 2, 1. Toys
R Us.
Ah, yay. Good. I'm glad. We both can agree. Now,
mainly
hands down for me.
I've never even heard of KB Toys.
Oh, man. Ah, gosh, Dr. Specimen. I forgot I got to school them, man. Let me go in school. So KB Toys was the mall equivalent of Toys R Us. That's the best way to explain it. Okay. At the time in the 90s, malls were really big, and having a establishment in the mall was huge in the 90s. It was make or break for some companies. So KB Toys established themselves in all the malls. Now, they were famous for having like a bunch of deals and being discounted and keeping their stores smaller. So you have all the toys and you have all this stuff. But Dr. Specimen, I got to admit, man, it was nothing like that Toys R Us experience, man. I didn't want to grow up. I was a Toys R Us kid, like they said.
I was a Toys R Us kid for a while, but once I grew out of getting normal toys and was mainly getting video games, I honestly became a GameStop kid for a long time. I would go to Toys R Us, though, because they had the largest Skylanders selections. When I was in my Skylanders phase, I was hitting Toys R Us up, but I even remember I had a neighborhood kid, a neighborhood friend, and we both like Skylanders. And I remember, I still have it vividly burned into my mind, where I was sitting on the couch one day. I was like 11 or 12, or I can't remember exactly how old I was. I'm sitting on the couch, and his mom comes over to go talk, say hi to my mom, and to me to a lesser extent. And I see her come up the stairs, and she pops her head up from the stairs, and I look at her, and she's like smiling at me, and I'm like, oh, hi. And then she just holds up one of the, like, she bought me a Skylander, just holds it up, and I was like, oh my God, what the fuck, thank you. I didn't say what the fuck at 12. But
yeah, we know that, but definitely the Skylander. I ain't gonna lie, when you see that Skylander, boy, oh God, Skylander. Yeah, Skylanders.
Now, I need to embarrass someone real quick. Blizzard Fox, you're on now. What's your pick?
Oh, so now I can talk? Nice. I'm a Toys R Us kid through and through. I've never been to KB, given that there hasn't been anyone near me.
Dang, nobody hasn't been one near you, though. I feel you.
Possibly.
I've never seen a KB Toys before.
All right, John Doe says, I don't often go to Toys R Us, so KB for me. And KB, I'm going to just tell y'all, KB, I was around the age, that was when the Nerf guns, G.I. Joes, and all that, right? So for me, KB Toys used to have the G.I. Joe action figures for the logo.
Nick?
So I used to go there and get the G.I. Joes. You know what I mean? What's up?
Did you say G.I. Joe?
Joe,
that was literally. You know what's sad too? I'm a Zoomer because when you said G.I. Joe, that was actually the first thing I thought of before I was like, oh wait, the toy.
Dag, that's crazy. He ain't lying. But yes, G.I. Joes, and also this is a time where, they had wild cartoons that were out, and those cartoons all had action figures. That was kind of the thing back then. It was action figure everything, cops, and even this cartoon cops had action figure. It was crazy time. But nonetheless, that's the choices then, and I respect y'all choices. So we're gonna go ahead and say most people have picked Toys R Us, even down to the chat. Hands down has won over KB Toys. Man, I'm salty, man, because I loved KB Toys too. But we got so many different ones, and each one of these are competitive. So they're not just like, we're not picking just two random ones. We're actually picking ones that are competition. They literally went head to head back in the 90s. So Toys R Us, yes, I remember playing Mario 64 at Toys R Us for the first time. That hands down.
I feel
That's
like
it.
I
That's it.
feel like I know what one of these are gonna be, but I'm gonna keep my mouth shut till it happens.
Good. I like it. Now
Oh, you have to do me
we
through
got to
the
do the
ultimate comment.
countdown. We got to do the countdown, right?
Well, we're
As
doing
we
the first
always
three-way
do.
one, I think.
Yeah, and once we do the countdown, I'll go ahead and give my explanation why, and then we can go on to the next, and we go into the next. Everybody get the explanation. So,
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Circuit
Best
City.
Buy.
Look, yo, everybody shout this. Yo, all right. So, I said Circuit City, and I'm gonna tell you why I say Circuit City, man. At this time, I remember back in the 90s, Circuit City had the best radio section, bro. When you go there and you wanted a sound system, you went to, oh my goodness, you went to Circuit City, you blew your eardrum out. You would go in there and just test the sounds, bro. Circuit City was crazy. Now, I'm speaking for audio because I was an audio head back then. Okay? I loved audio. Circuit City had audio for me locked down. All right? And also, Circuit City pioneered big box electronic stores. They actually were the first. Best Buy came after. All right? That's why. That's my. Go ahead. Dr. Specimen, any reason?
Best Buy, because Circuit City closed before I would even have ever been able to go to one.
Yo, it was a bad closing too, man. It was bad. It went bad.
That was 2000. It was 2009. I just looked it up, and so I would have been 4 at the most, and I don't even think a Circuit City was near where I lived. And even then, I think we went to Radio Shack anyways for a lot of that stuff.
Shout out Radio Shack, man. Definitely shout out Radio Shack. Can't get now. I think we still got Blizzard Fox. So
But
Blizzard.
on top of that, sorry, I forgot that. I guess I should mention, like, okay, that's true. Never been to Circuit City. Never really had the opportunity to go for the most part. But at the same time, I have so many fun memories at Best Buy, dude. I got into VR because I saw YouTube videos, and then I went to Best Buy with my dad, and we went to the fucking Gear VR like test section when they had that up for a while, and I would go to that every once in a while. I think like a birthday later, I finally got one, and my dad would let me use his phone with it.
Yo.
Right.
Now Blizzard.
As for myself, I love them both, but the earliest memories that I had were Circuit City.
Mm-hmm.
I was around 5 or 6, so 2008, 2009, before they closed. But I do have to agree with what John Doe said here, where they had the VHS collection at Circuit City, yet Best Buy had a better game selection in my area.
Yeah, that is accurate as hell. That was well explained, because that is true. It was night and day from one to the other. If you were in Circuit City for games, wasn't so good. It wasn't good at all. I will admit.
But even Best Buy doesn't have a great game selection.
At that time, they at least had something. You know what I mean? Circuit City was dry, bro. It was real dry when it came to games. But they were trying to catch up. And that's why I believe Best Buy, they were ahead of the curve. And Circuit City just was not. They hung on to a lot of those old methods. They struggled with like inventory, right? They couldn't keep hold of things. Best Buy had warehouses. They were holding things. It was a lot of like
Circuit City was just mismanaged from what I've heard.
There you go.
And unfortunately, it seems like that Best Buy might be going under the same. They've been closing a lot of the stores.
Well, the problem with Best Buy though is Best Buy is finally getting hit by the fact that people don't really give a shit to go on. Best Buy is your Amazon preview warehouse. You go there and then either get a better deal on Amazon, or you use up your Amazon gift card, or maybe you're like, oh, okay, this NVMe drive, it's a Samsung Evo 940 Pro. Let's see, the 970 Pro on Amazon's twice as fast, and it's only $10 more. Ching.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
That's pretty accurate. I ain't gonna lie to him. Now, one other person I'm gonna start bringing in. I got my man Joe.
What's going on, Nick?
With you, Joe? What's poppin', man? How you doing, man?
Good. How are you doing?
Man, doing good, Joe. So what is it, man? We need to know, Joe. Circuit City or Best Buy, man. We need to know.
Best Buy all the way.
Oh, why do you
Wait, so
pick
is that
Best
a is
Buy?
that is that a is that a perfect 50-50 split? Me and Joe, you and Blizzard?
That's a perfect 50.
Pretty much.
Perfect 50-50. Now, why Best Buy, Joe? Tell us.
At the time it was cheaper than Circuit City. That's the only thing I have to say. But
Fair
both of
enough.
them, had good, but both of them had good selections on the stereo stuff. I remember blowing out the speakers, and they're getting in trouble and shit in the store. I'm sure you got in trouble too.
What the fuck, Nick? Also, I love the unlock switch background. I forgot that was there.
Yo, that was hilarious, too. But yeah, blowing out speakers up in there is nasty work. I can see Joe turn up. Now
Am
it
I
sound
like the
like
only
that.
person? Am I like the only person that in my young age hasn't gone into a store, done some super dumb shit, and just booked it out? Like, it feels like everyone's done that. Like they broke a vase or they blew a speaker or something.
Oh my goodness, yo!
Yes,
I
Magnus,
think,
you should. Let's get everyone in here. Magnus, join.
yeah, man, if you can, because we got to break this one down. This was a good one, and like
Also,
I said,
Magnus can yell at me. Magnus can yell at me for not putting in the outer party group chat that I was writing for Wolola. He'd be annoyed that I didn't do that, which I don't blame him, but I did put it on my Twitter and I put it in the Discord. So if you didn't see it,
hell,
that's your fault.
it's sad that Amazon is killing all these brick and mortar stores. I'm a physical guy. I like to touch things and sniff the brand new boxes. I feel them on that, man. It's sad that that's the way we going, but I'm gonna be honest. As long as people paying for digital and we keep feeding the machine is going to make it digital. So,
Do I
and
need to
I'm
go on
one.
my
So
rant again?
I feel bad because I'm part of that system. I actually have been purchasing my games digital, y'all. I apologize to y'all. What I might start doing is just I got to take my stance. I'm gonna get my lazy ass up, y'all, and I'm not gonna care about accessing the game early. I ain't gonna care no more. I'm gonna make sure to stand in the line with all the sweats, and we gonna stand together and we gonna get our physical copy.
That's right. Midnight releases, baby.
Midnight releases. We gonna do it. We gonna do it. All right, now Magnus, he said you retweet so much, it's hard to.
I don't even retweet
Yo,
that
Magnus
one.
be. Oh snap! Now we gonna go because I don't know Magnus coming. If he comes on, he comes on. We'll get back to that one. I know he probably gonna jump on. But I do want to say this was a nice split. We got it 50-50. I like that. And that's why I want to do the retail edition and pick head-to-head competition stores because everybody got memories, right? Everybody's got certain things that they love about stores or certain stores that they didn't have, they did not have. And this is one right here.
I'm
Midnight
so
release
sad I
is
never got to go to a midnight release, man. I don't think I'll ever be able to because they just don't do that early anymore.
I
It
remember
really
going
ain't
to
that no
midnight
more.
release for Grand Theft Auto Vice City and staying home from school the next day to play the game all day.
Now this one popped up now, and truthfully, I don't pick these two, by the way, guys. Somebody else actually does these for me, so you know. But Sears and J.C. Penney, two famous department
They're
stores.
too expensive for us, Nick. We have to go to Walmart and Kmart.
So now on
Not
the
wrong.
counter, I'll do the countdown, and I want to hear everybody's choice. So here we go, and I'll give my explanation after. Then we'll go on to next person, someone. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
JC Penney.
Sears.
JC Penny.
Damn, I'm the only Sears up in here, bro. All right, okay. Reason I got Sears is because this is my mom. My mom loved Sears, bro. She loves JCPenney too. She was the department store queen. Let me say that. She go to Dillard's, Carson Perry Scott, Macy's, you name it. She stepped foot up in there. But it was something about Sears she loved. She actually went and worked there for a little bit. I took photos up in Sears. I got my daughter, my oldest daughter, had a photo up at the wall on a Sears. So they went ahead and asked me, is it okay? And they compensated a little bit for that. You know, so I got some love for Sears. Okay, so it's personal, it's biased, yes. And I'm going with Sears. That's my reason. Now,
I remember going to Sears when I was a lot younger, but the problem is that for me, Sears closed in my hometown like 5 years ago. So, along with just not having been able to go to it a lot, I got my very first suit about a month and a half ago at JCPenney. So, that's probably gonna, stick with me for a bit. Like, I got my first suit at a JCPenney, man. I can't diss them and go with look, Sears. I have these great memories of going up the escalators, going to the different floors, and looking at all the stuff they got there, and the fact that it was almost like a smaller IKEA in terms of it felt like you could get, well, maybe it's just childhood me talking, but it felt like I could just get lost in there. There's floors of stuff, and they were always huge by footprint, so you could just get lost in them. JCPenney doesn't have that, but I also have just been to JCPenney a lot more, and like I said, I got my first suit there. Also, I'm gonna add Magnuson.
Okay. Now Blizzard Fox.
Right. For myself, the reason why I chose JCPenney is because I actually like clothes shopping myself.
Yeah, all right. I'm with you on that, man.
But-
JCPenney, I done got fresh. But what else? Go ahead.
But I also do like Sears as well. And again, I'm going to agree with John Doe. If games and tools and stuff, it felt like a more pristine Lowe's in a sense to me.
I will add this though about Sears.
That's right.
Sears Tower. Sears Tower is pretty cool.
Now, Joe, I think you picked. Why did you pick your choice, Joe?
I picked neither. They're both really expensive, and it's like, we didn't. When I was growing up, we didn't have a lot of money or whatever. Like once in a while, if my dad needed a tool, he would go to Sears because they were lifetime warranty. But in my own opinion, I just picked neither.
Yeah, okay. And now we do have Magnus. And now Magnus, welcome. How are you doing today, sir?
Doing all right.
All right, that's good. Now Magnus.
What's up, Magnus?
What's up, Joe?
I'm glad to have you in. First, I want to get your pick on this one, and then I want to ask you about that previous one. But first, on this one, Sears and JCPenney, which one was more your thing back in the 90s?
Sears.
And why?
Like Joe said, with tools. I mean, that's the best place to went. Because you can't buy tools at a clothing store, and all those clothes, I didn't care about name brand and stuff like that. So, yeah.
And I'm with you. Appliances and other things a lot of people got from Sears. Now, the other one we had just a moment ago, so everybody can see, and we'll pull it up, is Circuit City.
I'm asking my dad right now, by the way. I'm asking my dad. Here's the
Good
JCPenney.
one. I'm curious to see how he feels. So, Magnus, Circuit City and Best Buy. Which one do you pick?
Best Buy.
Yes.
The
I broke
only
in.
reason I'm saying that is because we didn't have a Sears here, so I'm sorry, not a Circuit City. So I've never been to a Circuit City.
Okay, respect. I can respect that. All right.
I don't even know where Circuit City ever was, because I lived in 3 different places that could have had a Circuit City. I don't think any of them had a Circuit City ever.
Yo, a lot of people. It's crazy. By me, I had a few Circuit Cities around, and I've been to them, and it's a memory thing too. But I just remember going into that audio section, man, and tearing it up.
Nick's got all the good stores where he lives, including White Castle.
I ain't gonna. Hey, Illinois, man. Shout out to the state of Illinois. All right,
Okay.
You might get shot.
Hey,
Get some
shout
good
out,
food.
shout out to Wisconsin for exporting your best to us in the Midwest in Culver's.
I got a Culver's down the street from me.
Actually, that reminds me. The funny thing is that the Circuit City that I had over here, the closest one to me, it used to be a Circuit City. Then when that closed, it turned into a Radio Shack. Now it's an empty building.
Ooh.
There it is. I knew it was happening.
You knew it, man. So we gonna go ahead like we do all the time. I'm gonna give the countdown. Everybody's gonna pick.
Yo, that's impossible, Nick. Come on.
I know, man. But
This
you
one's easy
gotta
for
do
me.
it.
No, this one's
All
easy
right.
for me.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Hollywood.
Blockbuster video.
Blockbuster.
Netflix.
Chill.
Everybody shout something different. man.
Blockbuster.
Yo, this is the eye. So I'm gonna say the reason Blockbuster video for me. How do I count the ways, bro? Blockbuster video had the Blockbuster tournament. I remember playing NBA Jam Tournament Edition, Clay Fighters, and there was another game, and it was an actual tournament, bro. They like Nintendo World Championships in Blockbuster. Also, Blockbuster extended the 3 days to 5 days, right? Because I hated the 3 days. That weekend didn't work. I was happy when they got the 5 days. So now you finally could beat the games. Man, how was it? Now, I don't like about Blockbuster the way they handled the late fees. That was nasty work, and that's Hollywood Video kind of, you know what I'm saying? Hollywood Video kind of won. But other than that, I got so many memories too at Blockbuster, so that's why I choose Blockbuster.
I can go on about Blockbuster, Nick.
Now let's go through that. Dr.
Let me,
Specimen.
let me tell you about Blockbuster, okay? New Super Mario Brothers Wii. Never owned that game. God himself would never let a fucking copy of that game be my own. But Blockbuster had my back once every like 8 months. I'd go to Blockbuster to rent a movie, and every once in a while I'd be able to convince my parents to let me rent that motherfucking game. You know,
Smart
maybe
man.
they
Smart
maybe there just wasn't a movie they really wanted that week, but they'd let me take a game home. So it'd always be New Super Mario Brothers Wii. I take that home, and that's my memories of Blockbuster. I'd always get a gumball there. They had a gumball machine there. I'd always get a gumball there. There'd be some other candy I get there every once in a while, but let me tell you, man, Blockbuster was a place to be when I was younger. I didn't even know Hollywood Video was a thing. I never went to there.
Ooh. Now we're
That
gonna go
place-
down the line. Because I know Joe right now. I know you, Joe. I know you got Blockbuster history. All right. So Blizzard Fox, which one did you choose and why?
I chose Blockbuster Video for 2 reasons.
Okay.
One, of course, there wasn't Hollywood Videos near me. As for the second reason, hashtag childhood trauma for Bambi. That's the first time. First time I watched it was renting that movie from Blockbuster.
Yo, that's the worst one. He rented Bambi from Blockbuster. That's gonna forever. You just get a sad movie. You crying. You like Blockbuster. Yo, I don't blame you. Yeah, that's a memory that'll stick with you, man. That's two damn good ones. That ain't get bad. Joe.
Okay,
which one did you choose and why?
This is going to be a little bit long now, okay, Nick? So grab your popcorn and a soda. I choose Blockbuster. The reason why is that's when I really first got into pirating hardcore. So I used to get the 3 pass. It was a mix of games and DVDs. You can get whatever you want. So I went there, got my computer all set up with my DVD burner. I was renting DVDs left and right. Then my first system that I had was the PSP. I used to go to Blockbuster and I used to rent PSP games and I used to dump them. I'd bring them back. They get pissed off. Like, what are you doing? Are you copying our stuff here? I'm like, no. I just like have ADD. I'm bored. I can't find anything that I like. And that's when I find. I think I was maybe 16. I got my learner's permit. I was able to. My driver's license. I was able to drive by myself. So I took my dad's shitty I forget what it is, a Ford Escort. I was driving it back and forth, like burned up gas, keep going back, and going back. It was a great place, though. They had a lot of good used games there. God forbid you can't take them Blockbuster stickers off the N64 cartridges if your life depended on it. They used to have a lot of good deals there at Blockbuster. By the way, when I was burning DVDs back in the day, I used to go dumpster diving. That's where I got all my cases from. They throw out those cases, and dude, they threw out a lot of cool stuff. They threw out DVDs, but they had a special machine that would destroy the DVDs. They would emboss dots into the DVDs so you couldn't play them. Fucking bastards.
He thought, look, he's preaching. All this is consistent around the globe. Now, Magnus, which one did you choose and why?
I said Hollywood because when I was like 2 or 3, I remember going there and getting a Nintendo game. And that place was literally 3 blocks from my house, where Blockbuster was like a 5-minute drive. So I could, ride my bicycle when I got older to go rent video games.
He right. That's a good reason, man. I can't even be mad at you for that. And Hollywood Video was cheaper. By the way, if those don't know, definitely was cheaper. Late fees were cheaper. Blockbuster, I'm going to tell you one thing I don't like about Blockbuster, man. I hated the fact that you would put a video in the Dropbox at $11.50 and come the next day and have a late fee. Knowing that they're supposed to check that damn box. Ooh, that would burn me up. I start walking up in there. Now at $11.50, what's funny about Blockbuster, shout out everybody who worked at Blockbuster. Can you tell me what happened at around 11:50 to midnight? Or better yet, 11:50 to 12:10? Because I've seen the craziest shit outside of Blockbuster when it was about to hit midnight. I seen people banging on the window. Hey, man, y'all gonna check this in? I'm like, damn, man, let them live, bro. Let them work.
It's very true.
Oh God, that midnight, man, folks was running up in you. Stay at a Blockbuster when it was close to midnight. You see cars just flying up in there, hey, throwing it up in the drop box. Oh, thank God for the drop box, man. You know what I mean? Now we're gonna go ahead and go to the next one. All right, now this next one, I don't know. Ooh, some people may not remember these. If you're an audio head,
Oh my
music
God,
head,
we're old heads. I remember them.
I remember them. Okay. Um, some might not, but we'll give our countdown, and I want y'all to go ahead and say. So, 3, 2, 1.
What the fuck are
Sam
these?
Goody.
FYE, hands down.
Yo, I heard of what the fuck is. All right, okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and say mine. I picked Sam Goody. The reason I put Sam Goody, this is some terrible history and also some good history. One of the reasons is because Sam Goody was the first place that I ever attempted to steal something. Yes. I remember getting caught. I was very young. I got caught. Yes. I was probably like 7. And I was with my brothers, and I remember like it was cassette tapes, and I put the cassette tapes in my pants, and I walked out, and I got out. But the moment I walked out the store, I looked at my brother, and I said, Nathan, look what I got. Right? So the dude fucking turns, and he just looks, he just runs over to me and say, give me that shit. And he just snatches it out of my hand and runs back in. And I just remember my brothers crying, laughing at me, bro. So that's like one of my memories. And then the other memories is all the favorite artists back in those days. I used to go to Sam Goody and buy the CD. I remember the Jay-Z's, the DMX's, Eminem's, I can go even further back than that. But I used to go to Sam Goody to purchase all of those albums. So that's why I choose Sam Goody. Bam. Dr. Specimen. What do you have?
What the fuck are these?
There you go. We got Dr. Specimen. What the fuck are these? Okay. Blizzard Fox.
I'm kind of in the same boat with Dr.
I told you. Let's see audio head. Now, Joe, I know you're an audio head. I hear you. Which one do you choose?
FYE, that was like back in the day, like when I first started getting into anime, there was a lot of cool anime stuff there, a lot of cool music stuff. They had always discounts at FYE. Sam Goody, I was only in Sam Goody maybe 1 or 2 times. There really wasn't any in my area. But the FYE always a lot of good discounts. They also had an adult section. Like when first time I went in there, I'm like, why are these DVDs covered? I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, that's the only store that was actually a real store inside of a mall where you can buy that kind of stuff. But I was too young for that. But yeah, FYE, they had a lot of cool stuff there.
They did. That was nice. Hey, man, that was well said. Now, Magnus, which one you choose?
I didn't say either one of them because we did have a Sam Goodies in our mall,
Okay.
but I was too busy in the arcade game and in the arcade room.
Back in the day, a lot of people don't know arcades were in every mall.
Definitely.
You didn't have any mall without an arcade. And we're not talking about the corner arcade.
No, not the crap they got now.
Thank you. We're talking
these are
about
good arcades.
We're talking about good 30, 60 different arcade games you can play.
I'm still surprised that we got an arcade that still has a bowling or alley in there.
Yes, remember that? They used to have the bowling alleys in the Man, arcades fail so hard here in the States, and it's falling across the globe. It ain't just here in the States. But there's some places where arcades are living a little better. But yeah, arcades are dead as shit here. Now we're just playing our games online at home. Now, our last one was the main one. This was the one. This is the biggest of the biggest right here. Y'all, I'm going to do the countdown, and I want y'all to pick. 3, 2, 1.
Walmart.
Kmart.
Walmart.
Yo, I think I'm the only one that said Kmart, man.
No.
Yo, look, all right, okay. I got to explain this well. If I'm the only one to say it, I got to prove it right. Kmart had more affordable prices than Walmart. I know people might think that's crazy because Walmart prices is great. I ain't going to, I don't even want to mistake that, all right? But Kmart prices was even cheaper. Mm-hmm. They had these little things called blue light specials. I remember they had the little blue light going on, and you walk over there and go to the blue light, and they was all good deals and all that, And I like the way the Kmarts looked in the inside. They were real nice. It started looking old after a while because they never updated it, right? They just kind of left the same look. But Kmart would want to make some like Walmart. You know what I mean? Hold up, let me go back. There we go. But other than that, they had a wide range of products too. And Kmart was on top of Walmart at one point. A lot of people don't know Kmart was the king
Was
at
the
one
king.
point. Yeah, it was the king, and Walmart made some of the best damn business decisions, and it's now no longer Kmart. So that's why I pick Kmart. Dr. Special.
Again, I just never went to Kmart much as a kid. When I was really young and my parents were still together, we had enough money that honestly we shop at Target a lot.
Okay.
We had a super
Legit.
Target nearby, so we shop at Target. We shop at the the other sort of like Kroger and stuff like that. Um, but more recently, like where I live right now, we don't even have a Kmart right now. We just have a Walmart. So if I need to get cheapest of the cheap food, I gotta go to Walmart. Otherwise, I'll go to we're in the Midwest. We got like fucking Hy-Vee and Schnucks and Kroger and stuff like that. So
Snooks.
those kind of places.
Nice. Now, Blizzard Fox. Which one do you choose?
I said Kmart.
And why did
I
you
like
choose
them
that?
both. I like them both. But the reason why I chose Kmart was specifically for the blue light deals. I'm sorry, but those were very fun to me as a child.
Rollback has that banger fucking song to it.
I won't disagree there, but I just like the blue light special better.
Yo, the blue light specials were something, man. They like a lot of people don't know. You would see a blue light, and it was hot specials, bro. Like they don't do that. Like if there was a store right now that I walked in, and you just see all the way in the back like a light going, and you just walked over there, and it's packed up in there, right? People looking at the special.
One of my very fond memories of Kmart is just seeing near trampling.
Nick, you're forgetting the most important thing about Kmart:
What is that, Joe? Let's hear
the
it.
slushy machine. Remember
Yeah.
You right, Joe. He is right. I left that out. That is oh, my bad, Joe. My bad. I should not have left that out. So, Joe, now that you mentioned that slurping machine, and I forgot they had the little snacks. What choice did you choose?
I choose Walmart. This is of a newer age. This is not off of nostalgia. The reason why I choose Walmart, probably somebody else in the chat will agree with me. Best place to swap electronics. What I've been doing was I got a bunch of hard drives. I go through hard drives like I go through water. So I would buy the 4 terabyte hard drives and I would fill them with weight and return and say, hey, hard drives don't work. Oh, okay, here's your money back. And I was paying cash because cash is untraceable. But if I was going off of nostalgia, if someone told me you could only pick nostalgia, I would pick Kmart. And the reason why is that's where I got my Sega Saturn bundle for $50.
Was that a blue light special?
I actually don't remember. I was really, really young. I have no idea.
Yo, Kmart
That's-
deals is nasty. $50 for a Sega Saturn? Oh,
Yep.
my
Came with 3 games too, I believe. I could be wrong. I don't remember. It was a really, really long time ago. But my dad's like, I got some extra money. I'm like, do you want this? I'm like, hell yeah. I remember playing that all day.
Now, Magnus, which one did you choose?
I said Walmart because that is where I got Earthbound for $15.
Ooh.
Both these stores got great deals, man. I ain't gonna lie. They both got good.
I mean, I'm talking about the full gigantic box, strategy
With the book
guide,
and everything,
everything.
yeah.
Yes, yes.
$15 damn. I remember paying the strength. I bought it from Toys R Us, and it was an arm and a leg. I think it was like $50 though. I think it was like 50 with the strategy guide and everything else. I bought it brand new. Damn, $15 out of Walmart.
Hell yeah.
There you look, John Doe. That's a banger deal.
Sadly, it's
Okay.
the box and strategy guide and stuff is not in good condition, so it's not worth
Oh, okay.
what people sell it for. But it's mine. So
Right. Can-
Nice.
you mind if I-
Now,
if you would have put in Kmart and Roses, I don't know if you guys know what a Roses is.
I know.
The fuck's
Then I
Roses?
would have said Kmart, but
He right, and there's a lot of different places that I did not include, and I'm sure we all got old retail places. Like I didn't include Egghead Softwares, your electronic boutique, Funkoland, right? I could have put
Oh my God,
Funkoland,
Funkoland,
electronic boutique. So I had a couple others I could have threw in there. I would have picked Funkoland though.